investment. That's not what we are doing. What we are doing is giving them an opportunity to be exposed to a business opportunity that can be able to help them, you know, make passive income, that can be able to help them secure, you know, a future for themselves, for their children, and for their families. That's the business that we're in. So let me then go into the presentation so that we don't waste too much of time today. And as Papi said, I've had to learn from him and listen to him and watch him, you know, as we continue in this business. And I'm looking forward to learning more, whether it's from him or other leaders in the organization. So if you are new in the session, please just raise a hand or write in the chat box there, you know, to say I'm new, this is the first time that I'm attending, so that we can make sure that even as we continue with the presentation, we also address you know, the aspects to be able to talk to you. So what is this business opportunity? Before I go into it, the reason why I'm explaining that we are talking about a business opportunity is that sometimes you meet people and they say to you, are you a financial advisor? We are not financial advisors. And when they ask me, I say to them, do people that sell honey products, do people that sell Avon products, do people that sell Amway products, are they financial advisors? And they say, no, they're not. Then I say, I'm just like those people. It's just that the product that I'm selling is called cryptocurrency. So you know that time and again, you'll meet somebody that says, I've got, you know, this product. Remember when we were growing up, some of us, you know, we still remember that. Remember, there would be people who would come into our homes selling AMC pots, right? And they would be called AMC pots distributors. We're doing the same thing. It's just the product that we are selling is not an AMC pot, or it's not a honey product, or an Avon product, or an Amway product. The product that we are selling is Bitcoin Vault. So it becomes very important that we clarify that from the beginning, because when people get to understand that, then they stop asking you questions about, you know, how much will this investment, what return am I going to get? When you sell AMC pots, they don't ask you what return you're going to get. When you sell honey products, they don't ask you what return. When you sell Herbal Life, when you sell New Life and all of those, nobody asks you what is the return you're going to get. They ask you about the benefits of buying those products. So what is important for us is to be able to share the benefits, you know, when we talk to people about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin Vault. So as we get into this presentation, we know that, you know, we're going to be talking about the Bitcoin revolution. But before we do that, let's go back to understanding, or let's start here in terms of getting to understand what is cryptocurrency. So I'm just going to play this video and let's listen to it.
So, what is Bitcoin? Why? And who started this cryptocurrency? We will explain, as simple as possible, how this payment system was introduced.
Okay.
On November 1st,
if you can't get bread, you can't get it.
An anonymous person, only known as Satoshi Nakamoto, published the white paper online titled Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. But why? The reason for this was because Satoshi Nakamoto did not like the existing monetary system, as we all know of. It is a centralized system, controlled by governments and banks. Nope. We have no control of our own money, and even if we want to use it, we are charged excessive fees and cannot move funds when we need. We need to wait for these centralized institutions to process our requests, and need to rely that they will keep our money safe and of value. However, in 2008, when the global financial crisis hit, it was the final straw for Satoshi Nakamoto. Governments and banks handed out billions and just printed money and pushed it into the economy to boost it. Our same amount of money that we had trusted with banks and governments was losing its value. The white paper Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic system, explained the new electronic cash system. It does not have the need for a central authority, as it uses a fully transparent distributed ledger, open to anybody on the network, where all transactions are recorded and shared. There is a limited supply of only 21 million, issued in a systematic process to ensure the value of the coin is maintained, and uses blockchain technology, providing security and fast transfers of funds with minimal fees. So, what is Bitcoin blockchain? The blockchain can be simply described as a chain of blocks. If person A sends Bitcoin to person B, then this transaction is shared onto the network. Nodes, simply said as participants of the Bitcoin blockchain, verify that the transaction is true, and the funds exist in A's account, and that B exists as a receiver. Once the nodes verify this transaction, it is added to the block, and the transfer is completed. Once added to the block, this transaction is stored stating A sent X amount of BTC to B, with a timestamp, like a receipt, which can be searched on the blockchain network. But how is the blockchain security maintained? The Bitcoin blockchain uses proof of work. It's a mechanism to slow down the creation of new blocks. And this is about 10 minutes to add a new block on the Bitcoin blockchain. The peer-to-peer network of nodes, also known as miners, work to confirm the transaction, solving a complex mathematical problem. And the miner who solves the problem is rewarded with Bitcoin. Once the block is added to the blockchain, each miner adds this block to the chain. And this creates consensus, as it is a distributed ledger. And they begin to solve the next block. I hope that this has given you a better idea about Bitcoin. Stay tuned for our next video and subscribe.
So, Crypto was telling us, a bit more there about cryptocurrencies. And there are many videos. I also want to take the opportunity to thank those of you that have shared with us in the group, right? In terms of messages and videos. It's exciting to see that because it means that you are taking interest in the business that you're getting involved in. So there are many videos. If you go onto Google, you go onto YouTube, you'll find so much information about, cryptocurrencies. So the next information that I'm going to be sharing is less about what is Bitcoin Vault, but still talking about cryptocurrencies in terms of what are cryptocurrencies. So let's look at where, cryptocurrencies come from and what has been the rise of cryptocurrencies in the world. A couple of months ago, I was reading on the internet about Bitcoin and Bitcoin vaults. And then I realized that the concept of cryptocurrency is a concept that started in the 1990s, long before we even thought about, Bitcoin. So there've been various cryptocurrencies that were tested and they were checked if, they could work in the world. And towards, after the 2008 financial crisis that we had, then we had the first digital cryptocurrency that became very well known and became open to the public, and that was the Bitcoin. A Bitcoin or a cryptocurrency is not a physical currency, so it cannot be held in your hand the same way that you can hold a dollar, or the same way that you can hold a coin, the same way that you can be able to hold a rent, in your hand. They are not managed by central banks or any countries, because this is a peer-to-peer payment system that has been created. So it's just like I have an email, you have an email, we send emails to each other, we use the World Wide Web as a platform and the internet as a platform to be able to send these emails to each other. So with cryptocurrencies, that's really the process. I have my crypto, you have your crypto, we're able to send it to each other without any bank, central bank, or any country getting involved. We know that we get approached by a lot of people who are asking, what are the tax implications? At this stage, the tax, obviously the various countries are looking around, how to manage the issues around tax. But because this is, an individual to an individual process that is taking place and they're not involved, it's still not very easy for them to be able to identify and say, what are these tax implications that need to be in place? But as we know, governments are always looking at opportunities, to make extra money from their citizens. The technology behind Bitcoin is called blockchain, right? And blockchains cannot be hacked. We do know that there are hackers that are out there that are always trying to get into the various systems and to see if they can be able to hack it. And why is it that they are not able to hack them? It's because blockchains are created by more than one supercomputer. So there are several computers that are out there that are working with each other to be able to create, blockchains, and inside the blockchains, they are creating these Bitcoins. A cryptocurrency is, the value of a cryptocurrency is determined by the supply and demand of the users, right? Whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's Ethereum, whether it's Lithium, whether it's Bitcoin Vault, so many of them that are out there. As I've said before, I mean, when we were sitting at the end of July, we're sitting at over 3,000 cryptocurrencies that are out there. And every day, believe me, there's somebody that's sitting out there that's creating another cryptocurrency. Whether they are going to call it Bitcoin Plus or Bitcoin Miners or Bitcoin Black, Bitcoin White, whatever, there is somebody out there that is creating another cryptocurrency. One day they will be successful, one day it will come out, we get to know about it, and that's how Bitcoin and Bitcoin vaults got to be created. So as they get created, we're always looking at the issue of supply and demand. And the more that people are demanding, and we know that the supply of it is going less, the higher the value of the currency. A cryptocurrency is transferred from one person to another person directly through the internet, as I've said. And the beauty of it, because it's transferred from one person to another, is that it ensures that the fees that are involved, the charge fees in terms of those transactions, are kept much low, so that people don't feel that, oh, to be sending money to this person, it's going to cost me more. They are kept at a very, very low level. In order for you to be able to send or receive, a Bitcoin, whether it's a Bitcoin or an Ethereum or any other type of cryptocurrency, you need to have a wallet address. And the wallet address, the characteristics of the wallet address is that you see that, it's got quite a number of digits in it. And you can usually check the first 4 and the last 4, and that's where you'll be able to see the differentiator between my wallet address and your wallet address. In the middle, they might be similar, but the first 4 and the last 4 are always, going to be different. Somebody might be sitting here and saying, so how do I get hold of a Bitcoin, which is one form of cryptocurrency? You can buy a Bitcoin. If we work on Bitcoin alone, Bitcoin is currently sitting at a value of over 200,000. So if you wanted to say, I've got a Bitcoin, you would have to part with about 200,000 to be able to buy that Bitcoin. You could receive a Bitcoin from someone. It could be that, you sit and you say, my child, next year you're going to turn 21 and I want to give you financial freedom. So I'm going to give you your own Bitcoin or whatever currency that you want to be able to give them so that they can be able to use it. Or you could send it, or somebody could be able to send it to you. What we like the most is getting involved in the creation of the currency. So in this case, we like to get involved in the creation of the Bitcoin or the Bitcoin vault, and that is through the mining process. So you could either buy the currency, hold it, you can receive it from somebody, or you can be involved in the process of mining it. You can buy, once you have a Bitcoin or a currency in your hand, you can be able to buy anything that you want wherever Bitcoins are accepted. We know that in various countries, particularly in Asia and in the West, they now are using just cryptocurrencies to be able to transact with each other. They are now able to find signs at the doors of the shops they enter where they will say Visa, MasterCard, whatever currency, and Bitcoin is accepted here. We are looking forward to more South African companies doing that in this country. They've already started doing that. If you go to a BMW, you could be able to buy a car using your Bitcoins. If you want to buy an item on Take a Lot, you can buy a car using Bitcoins. If you go to some of the accommodation establishments, they will ask you, how do you want to pay? You could say to them, I want to be able to pay using Bitcoins. What we are looking forward to is seeing the days where Africa and South Africa in particular will, more institutions and more establishments will be able, to start using Bitcoins or accepting Bitcoins as a way of payment. What I love doing now these days is that if anybody says to me, Or if I'm wanting to buy something, I now put, make people laugh. I say to them, how much is it going to be? They say, it's going to cost you 200 Rand. Then I ask them, do you take Bitcoins? And they say, huh? I say, yes, do you take Bitcoins? Because I could be paying you in Bitcoins, but because you're not involved, you're now asking me to go into the bank and pay 200 Rand, and the bank is going to charge and. Whereas if you had, said to me that I could pay you using Bitcoins, we'd be able to do that very quickly without any central body getting involved. How do you then get hold of these Bitcoins? As we said, if you're wanting to hold it, what would be the process in terms of holding Bitcoins? You can buy Bitcoins, right? So let's take an example where you buy a Bitcoin, and today, that coin that you're buying could be worth 20,000 Rand. So you buy yourself a coin, it's in August. Okay, that's supposed to be 2020. But you buy yourself, a coin, and you're buying it at that value. And you hold this coin for 3 years, and the coin appreciates. Obviously it's going to go through some dips. The value will go through some dips, and it will go through some rises. But let's assume that after 3 years, your coin that you bought is going to be worth 100,000 Rand. What does it mean? You have 100,000 Rand worth of that value of that coin in your hand or in your share after those 3 years. Whereas if you got involved in the mining process, right, you would invest in the mining company, which is what we will share with you in terms of investing in the mining of the Bitcoin. You would be able to, and how are you investing in the mining? You are investing in the mining by purchasing a mining contract of the same value of 20,000 Rand, right, with a mining company. However, because you bought a mining package, what you are possibly sitting at that is that after 3 years, you could possibly have mined 3 Bitcoins, right? Which each of them would be valued at 100,000 Rand. So what does that mean? It means that, after those 3 years, you are now sitting at a value of 400,000 Rand as compared to the 100,000 Rand here. An example I make to people, I say, in this case, it's like talking to Anglo-American, right? Anglo-American says to you, buy gold from us. If the section that's mining gold, they say, buy gold from us. I buy the gold for 20,000 Rand. I hold it for 3 years. After 3 years, it's worth 100,000 Rand. Or Anglo-American says to me, come and invest with us and be a miner with us, right? And they say to me, if you're going to be a miner with us, it's going to cost you so much, to come into the organization and mine with us. And over a period of time, the value of your mining contract is going to be increasing. So for somebody that could have bought the gold and held it, or somebody that mined and earned more shares, which one do you really want to go with? And this is really the opportunity that we're wanting to share with people, that when you're thinking about where you want to spend your money in the future, think about it in both ways to say, do I want to only hold this low amount, or do I want to look for opportunities to be able to increase the value of the amount that I'm having? And people say to me, I laugh, they say to me, so what do you mean we're going to be mining? Are we going underground to mine? I say, hey, how I wish we could go underground to go and mine Bitcoins. In this case, we don't go underground. In this case, we use mining machines that, are purchased by the companies that do the mining. What do these mining machines do? They help you in increasing the number of Bitcoins or currency that, you need to have that you'll be mining. During deep times, they don't stop mining, they continue to mine. The value of what they mine may go down, but they continue to mine. What is it that these mining machines do? Also, they provide you with a business opportunity, and they support the blockchain. So for a blockchain to be created, it wouldn't be created if these machines were not in place. In this case, the machines that you're seeing here on the slides are the machines that are being used to be able to mine Bitcoin Vault by MineBest. So if you look at the legacy of Bitcoin in particular, right? For the past 10 years, Bitcoin as a cryptocurrency compared to those other 3,000 or more cryptocurrencies has been the best performing asset in the last 10 years. There are others that are also performing well, but Bitcoin is the one that has been performing very well. 3 million coins are left to be mined as the companies continue to be mining these Bitcoins. 2 million, unfortunately, before I go there, 2 million of these Bitcoins are stored in various exchanges. About 11% of them are all Bitcoins, right? So there are so many exchanges that are out there that are mining and are keeping these Bitcoins. Unfortunately, with technology and with some of these matters, there are also people that are sitting there whilst you're doing, going the positive light and doing something good. There are others who are saying, how else can we get in here and be able to make money quickly? So in 2019, 4 billion worth of Bitcoins were stolen. And it was really just an issue around the security of the Bitcoin currency that people were able to hack into. What that led to then is people that have been involved in this cryptocurrency evolution or revolution to be able to say, we need to find another way of ensuring that this hacking, does not happen or it is minimized. And then came this company called MindBest, which is headed by Eyal. And Eyal Avramovich, got the name right. So when Eyal came, he said, look, I've seen Bitcoin, somebody's mic is on. Somebody's microphone is on. Thank you. So because Eyal has been involved in the creation of Bitcoins in his life. So him starting Bitcoin Vault is not because he had nothing to do. It's because he saw the challenges that they were facing with Bitcoins. And he said, hold on, because he's an inventor, because he's somebody that is always looking at innovation, he then said, what if we find another way of looking for an answer for the crypto community, where a coin can deliver superior security features by being safe and transparent. And that's how Bitcoin Vault was created. So earlier, remember, I was making an example to say there could be Bitcoin White or Bitcoin Black. There are other cryptocurrencies whose name also starts with Bitcoin. I think there's a Bitcoin Fast and there's another one, also Bitcoin something. So Eyal, together with his team, then created Bitcoin Vault. So Bitcoin Vault is about fair play, where it provides an element of choice for the user, and the choice is between ultra security and speed. And really, Eyal was saying here, we want to invite anyone who shares the same vision to join us to join MindBest and contribute to this GitHub. GitHub is a community of cryptocurrency miners. So there are many, many people out there who are involved in cryptocurrency mining. People like Richard Branson, people like Akon, people like, what's his name, the Microsoft guy, Bill Gates. They have their own mining facilities that you and I know nothing about and you and I are not involved in. But Eyal and others have said, you know what, we need to create an opportunity where we can get more people to be involved in the mining of Bitcoins or cryptocurrencies, so that it's not only a small percentage of the world population that is getting involved in this process. And in the creation then of the Bitcoin Vault, what is it that they were looking to do? They said, we're also going to create 21 million coins. So this is the other thing also about cryptocurrency. Whatever name you call the cryptocurrency, it is pegged at 21 million coins. Whether the 21 million coins gets finished in 1 year or in a period of time, it is always going to be pegged at 1 million coins. With regards to Bitcoin Vault, the projections indicate that the last Bitcoin Vault will be mined in 2140. If God keeps us alive, we will see it. I don't think we will be alive during that time. But this currency is going to be mined until 2140. So the 21 million has now come down a little bit, and I'll indicate to you what has been happening. What Bitcoin Vault is also able to provide is a long-term electronic store of value. So you can be able to keep your Bitcoin Vault in an exchange, and at the time the place where you're keeping it, it continues to grow in value. There are enhanced anti-theft features, and we have seen, for those of you that are in the group, that in this month of September, the third security feature is going to be launched, and all of us are going to be able to see it being linked to the mining packages and the Bitcoin vaults that we have. And this is a much more flexible peer-to-peer cryptocurrency that we're able to use. Some of you that are in the group, we've already started sharing to say, send me Bitcoin vaults, I send you, you send me to them, you send them to me, and we're finding that the process is much easier and it's a lot more flexible. What is it that Bitcoin Vault offers? Bitcoin Vault, as we've said, what it will be offering is a long-term store of value. So it's really been created to be able to say, for those people that have got life savings, or not necessarily life savings, but they've got savings where they would like to see that those savings growing and the value of them growing, Bitcoin Vault is the opportunity, you know, is the currency to be able to provide that. Because of the enhanced security and safety features, it has got more features to help protect it from theft, because with each transaction, there are so many steps that it needs to go through. And as an individual or a person that holds a Bitcoin vault, you have 24 hours to be able to cancel the transaction if you are not the person that, you know, authorized the transaction. But what Bitcoin Vault will also offer is to communities, for companies, for organizations that also want to use cryptocurrency as a way of payment. Bitcoin Vault, we are hoping, is going to be one of those that will be able, people can be able to use in their companies, because it provides high security payments with multi-sig transactions, so that people are able to use, you know, the currency in their businesses without having to worry that it's going to be lost, you know, somewhere in the big world of internets. Right. What has been the roadmap of Bitcoin Vault? So this currency was first launched. It was created in 2018, and it was launched publicly to Mining City in the fourth quarter of 2019. Earlier this year, we saw a wallet integration that took place in Google Play, Windows, and Linux. In the quarter that has just passed, we saw Bitcoin Vault being launched in more exchanges than what it had initially been launched in 2019 when it was launched. What we are seeing, because we're now in the third quarter of 2020, what we are now seeing happening is that there will be the additional key that will be integrated, you know, into the mining standards. That's also going to be available with Bitcoin Vault. But the big thing that's coming, so that is one big thing that's happening. The second big thing that will be happening this year is that Bitcoin Vault is then going to be marketed globally. Right now, few exchanges that are able to use Bitcoin Vault, Mining City as one company that is, you know, giving access to Bitcoin Vault, are only those few entities that are able to access Bitcoin Vault. In December, anyone that is in the cryptocurrency space and they're saying that they want to buy and sell Bitcoin vaults, it's going to be open to them. Individuals also will be able to come in and buy, you know, the Bitcoin vault. Let's listen to this video and just hear a little bit more also about the value that Bitcoin Vault will be bringing.
This is John. John would like to buy Bitcoin, but John is worried that hackers will be able to get into his wallet and steal his savings. The Bitcoin he has will never come back. It will be gone in seconds. But there is a solution. John could use a new coin, which is the first to allow payments to be cancelled within 24 hours. With Bitcoin Vault, he has a full day to log onto his wallet and stop unauthorized payments from leaving his wallet.
Every Bitcoin Vault user receives 3 keys. Each of them has different feature for processing transactions. The first key is the user's private key, which processes transactions normally in 24 hours. The second key, however, is used to cancel transactions. With this key, users can cancel transactions anytime they want before it's completed. Lastly, the third key allows users to complete transactions in 10 minutes. This is ideal for users who needs to transfer the coin fast.
Now John can sleep well at night, knowing that his digital assets are safe. If he wants to transfer some of the funds immediately, he can use a third private key to override the safety features. Therefore, Bitcoin Vault has both the immediacy of standard crypto as well as safety, which is unparalleled in the industry. Be like John. Join one of the most exciting spaces in crypto.
Right. I always laugh when I watch that
This
that video and I say, one day they must say, be like Jane, right? And be comfortable with your crypto, with your Bitcoin vault being available. So what has been the price history of Bitcoin Vault? As we said, it was launched in December 2019. On the day when it was launched, it was worth £0, $0, £0, whatever the value that was. On the 21st of December, because then it had started trading, it gained value to the $1, as you can see there, and then kept moving. But on the same day, right, within 24 hours, this coin had gained value from $1 to $5. We can see that it has been growing in value from the 13th of March up to the 12th of August, right? Where on the 12th of August, it was sitting at about 470 US dollars. We've seen a major dip that took place in the last 2 weeks, which got people across the world panicking, you know, to say, I've lost my Bitcoin vault. And what I loved about, you know, this process is that the CEO of Mining City, Greg, came out and spoke and explained to people what is happening. Because remember, when you get involved in this business, this is not, you know, a short-term business that you're getting into. This is a medium to long-term business. And when you get involved in those types of businesses, there's going to be positives, negatives, ups and downs. But if you stay the course, you eventually gain from the value that this particular coin, you know, will be able to add for you. If you look at the Bitcoin vault supply from a mining point of view, what has been happening is that as of the 29th of, June 2019, there were 175 Bitcoin vaults that were being mined every 10 minutes. That number came down in May of this year to 150 Bitcoin vaults. And as you can see, as time continues over the period of time, there will be less and less Bitcoin vaults that are going to be mined. But what happens when there are less and less Bitcoin vaults, it means the supply is going down. But what is happening? The value is going to be going up. The fact that they will stop being mined November 2023 doesn't mean that the value is going to stop there. There is gold that people have that was mined in 19 whatever. They are still holding on to it, and the value of that gold is still increasing as gold increases. There are oils, there are all sorts of, entities that have been mined, platinum, chrome, copper, that were mined long time ago. Some of them were mined before you and I were born, and people still have those shares, and they still have in their family safes and their family trust, and they're still holding on to them, and the value has been increasing. So just because the supply has gone down, it doesn't mean that the value of the Bitcoin vault, is going to drop. It means there will be few of us that will be having these Bitcoin vaults, and we will be carrying a currency that people will be saying, I wish I had joined in the time when there was still an opportunity to be able to join. So let's introduce you to the partner that's helping, to distribute this message about Bitcoin vaults. The company that is helping in terms of introducing the message around Bitcoin vaults is called Mining City. Mining City can really be seen as a franchise in a box. And some of us have seen it and experienced it. Wherever I go, it doesn't matter where I'm at, whether I am in Gauteng or in Mpumalanga, Cape Town, or out of South Africa, I can still be able to do my business in terms of, the mining opportunity that Mining City has provided to me. The company Mining City is a wealth building company for the digital currency market. It's one of the largest verifiable currency mining operations on the blockchain, and it has been growing in over 50 countries, and now we are close to about 80 countries in the world where Mining City is available. Greg is the CEO of Mining City, and Mining City, as I said, works in partnership with Mindest and with BTC.com. You can see the history there in terms of when Mining City was started as a project in 2018, and how it has grown over a period of time to now being 22 countries, more than 80 countries as we are growing. We've seen the sales in the first year, 230 million of them. Now, as we sit in terms of Mining City, for people across the world, guys, who are buying mining packages. So if we're still sitting here and saying, this thing is a scam, this thing, I said it, somebody in the world is part of this 1 million, and this 1 million members is growing, right? Who are saying, I like what I'm hearing, I want to be part of this revolution, and they're continuing to buy their mining packages. In the first year of its operation, they paid out over 108 million to distributors. It's going to be interesting to see at the end of 2020, how much money would it be spent? Already at the beginning of August, here in South Africa alone, they had already spent 41 million rand that had gone out to distributors. This is South Africa, 41 million rands. That number is growing. That number is growing in terms of you and I getting our payments on a daily basis at 9 o'clock. In terms of the earnings as a company, in year one, they paid $41 million. We don't know what that number is going to be looking like at the end of this year. In terms of the infrastructure with regards to Bitcoin, to mine best as the mining company, these here are pictures that show you, the infrastructure that is behind MineBest as the company that does the mining itself. And here in the various containers are the containers where the mining machines that I showed you earlier are working on a daily basis. Whether you are awake or asleep, the machines are continuing to work. Hadia emela wena, hadia emela nna, they are continuing to mine. When Mining City was introduced to South Africa, we had a couple of the people from South Africa who said, okay, we've heard of scams before, we've actually been part of scams before. This time we don't want to be part of scams, so we want to go and see, does this mining company really exist? And they went to Kazakhstan and they saw for themselves that these are the mining machines. Does this company called Mining City exist? They went and visited Mining City. In fact, for most of you who may not know, the first Bitcoin, the first cryptocurrency mining convention of the world was held here in South Africa in 2018. So we have been part of this revolution as it has been growing, because the people like Greg and Eyal knew the value of South Africa getting involved in this revolution. And when South Africa gets involved, when Egypt gets involved, when Nigeria gets involved, when Kenya gets involved, it means the solution that we have is a solution that is going to work for Africa. More pictures of the mining facility. There are mining facilities. There are 5 mining facilities in China. There are about 2 or 3 mining facilities right now in Kazakhstan. I believe this company, MineBest, is currently talking to 1 or 2 countries in Africa, because they also want to come and mine in Africa. What are they looking for when they go to the countries? They're looking for places where electricity is cheap, because for those machines to work, they need a lot of electricity to be able to do that. So these are the various people that have visited. Obviously, we are not in a position to visit, the MineBest facility at this stage because of coronavirus. But hopefully, when the borders get opened for us to be able to travel, hopefully some of you in the group will be able to be the first ones from Team Wealth creators to go and visit, and we can show pictures of you having gone to see these facilities in Kazakhstan. Here are pictures of the offices of Mining City. The head office of Mining City is in Warsaw, Poland, and it's an office that has been developed and an office that is available for people who are distributors in Mining City to go and visit and meet with the team that is behind this revolution of Mining City. These are just the various pictures then of that environment as well. I may sound like I'm rushing, but it's because time is not on our side. I'm going to, sorry, I just want to skip that video. We can be able to see it at a later stage, because I see we have about 10 minutes left. So when we introduce you to the Bitcoin mining ecosystem, and especially Bitcoin Vault mining ecosystem, what are we introducing you to? So this is what the ecosystem is about. You come in with your money, right? You say, I have so much money that I want to invest in this opportunity that I've heard about. We help you to register and to set up, and we send that money. And when we register you and you set up in Mining City. And through Mining City, you buy computing power. And then Mining City takes the computing power that you bought and it tells MindBest to say, MindBest, person A, they don't know you. They don't know, MindBest doesn't know you, doesn't know your name, doesn't know your race, your gender, doesn't know where you come from. All they know is that there is a computing power that has been bought through Mining City, and MindBest then allocates you a computer where they say, okay, that computer that has been bought, it's now going to be allocated to this particular, account number. And because they provide these computing servers, they're then able to add your computer into that particular process. MindBest works whether we are there or we're not there, continues to mine on a daily basis, on a regular basis. Then MindBest comes back and says, thank you very much for helping us to mine and buying, the additional power that is helping us to be able to mine more Bitcoin vaults. And through the process that we have agreed on with Mining City, we are going to pay you on a daily basis in terms of, in line with the transactions that have been created, the Bitcoin vault transactions that have been created. So as we say to people that are joining in the business, at 9 o'clock, whether you are eating dinner, whether you are waking, whether you are sleeping, at 9 o'clock, or now we are getting paid based on the terahashes that have been allocated to the packages that we have. And some of the transaction fees then also go into Mining City. But for me, as somebody that has bought my mining machine, I know that I'm going to be getting paid. But Mining City then also says, let's not only expose one person or two people to this opportunity. Let's ask you to look for other people that you can be able to expose to this opportunity. And when you do that, which is then the networking process, what we're going to do is we're going to pay you additional money or additional terahashes. They don't pay you money, they give you terahashes. We will pay you additional terahashes, and those then come to you in the form of commissions. So for those of you that are in the networking part of this business, you know that you're going to earn at 9 p.m. every day. You know that between 11:30 and maybe 1 o'clock, because sometimes I've seen they pay at 1 o'clock. You can see people who are getting money. You're waking up, couple one, you're checking on the phone to say, have I received my commission because I signed up somebody? And then after that, you can go back into your peaceful sleep. So basically, you come in, you buy your machine, it gets allocated into the servers. You get paid the terahashes that are in line with the package that you've bought. If you have brought in more people, you get to be paid more in terms of those people that you've brought in. Let's explain to you then what are the various mining pools that are available. So the mining pools, mining plans that we keep talking about start from $300. But as Papi likes to say, as our upline, guys, this is just a promotional plan. At some stage, this plan is going to come to an end. So let's get used to talking to people about the $600 plan, because that we know is going to stay, right? The 300 is really to entice people to get involved, because once they are in, they can be able to buy more packages. So these are the different packages that we have. A primary, a standard, bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. What are the unique features of these various plans, right? Obviously, the cost of each plan from the 300, 600, 1,200, and all the way up to the 12,600, that is one of the differentiating features of that. But secondly, each one of them has a different hash rate, which leads to different terahashes being paid, at the end of the day. So the primary will give you 3 terahashes, and the bronze will be able to give, the standard will give you 6, bronze will give you 12, silver will give you 24, 42 for gold, and 138 for platinum. Furthermore, what makes the different plans unique is the fact that there are binary points that are linked to each of these plans, and those are the different binary points at the bottom that you can see there. And these binary points then obviously work for each package that somebody gets to buy. And as you get involved in the system, you then get to understand better how these binary points work and what do they mean from a terahash point of view and a binary tree point of view. Once you have bought your package, you then say to me, you say, you know, these packages are going to be giving giving me the mining power, which is in the form of the hash rates. So here we're trying to make you understand how the payment process works. If you borrow the primary, they say, yes, okay, no, 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 thank you very much. If you bought a standard, they're like, oh, okay, drip, 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 drip. When you get to buy more packages, right? The bronze package, the silver package. So it's no longer just about drip, drip, drip. It's about drip and drip and drip and drip. Silver, even a little bit more, right? And again, as you can see, in terms of the hash rate and the binary points, this is what is bringing, to you. But here's the fun part. Here's the part that most of us like. And here's the part that we wish more people can be able to enjoy. When you buy a gold package, which is a combination of a standard, bronze, and silver, what the gold package does, it says to you, we're not just doing drip, 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 drip anymore. We're really now opening the tap and we're going grrr, grrr, however the water comes out and the sound that you hear of water. So that's really what the gold package brings to you. But there's even this other one. Hey, this one is the dream of all of us. And guess what? Some of these dreams become true. And one of these days, all of us in this call, we will all be sitting and saying, we have seen the dream come true because we all own a platinum pack. And as you can see, platinum pack, imagine earning this on a daily basis, right? On a daily basis, getting 138 terahashes and 21 binary points. After a couple of months, guys, I don't want to work for anybody. All I want to do is to be at home and enjoy my income. Papi, I'm going to stop the presentation at that point. I hope that I have helped clarify what the Bitcoin revolution is about, the opportunity that we are asking people to get involved in terms of, coming into the mining city process. May I hand back to you?
Wow. Woo. You know, the way you're talking, when I got like so nice, hey, I'm loving this, hey, nice presentation, man. The sound of the voice, and you can hear that you are properly trained. We are rough. So thank you for that wonderful presentation, and I hope every one of us there enjoyed it. And I would just want to say to you guys, this is a wonderful business. It has been well thought of, was created well. I was listening to Mr. Hanil Park yesterday, our governor in the business, and he said, you know what? This business has been set up to run for over 100 years. So this is a type of business you can be in to set up a legacy for your children and your children's children. You know, when you come and become part of this company, even when you leave this planet, those that are left behind in your family, they will still be reaping the rewards from the seed that you have sown by coming in and buying a mining package on this platform. I love what Tebello said. He said, one day we are all going to be having those platinum packs because it's our goal, because we want to see each and every one of us grow. So do not despair. We are all growing. We are all going forward. If you have been invited on this call, I want you to go back to the person that has invited you and thank them for introducing you to this business. All that is going to take from you is to just part with a limited amount, and then that limited amount of money will set you up for life. And I want to say this to you, once you get into this business, I promise you, it's a good business. It's a wonderful business. You're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna enjoy the returns, the rewards that you're going to be paid every single day. You're gonna enjoy that. And I want to say this to you today: if you have been invited by someone, as soon as this call ends, go back to them. Be able to share and ask them to, you know what, I want to come in. I want to earn my Bitcoins every single day. I want to buy myself one of those packages, because these packages, they will pay you every single day. Remember, we are getting paid in Bitcoins. We are not getting paid in dollars. We are mining Bitcoins, but those Bitcoins have a value in the market in terms of how much they are. And we understand that that value goes up and down. But the nice part is that we are collecting those Bitcoins every single day. Our Bitcoins are growing in our wallets. We are collecting more and more and more and more and more. So one of the other things that I wanted to say to you, as Tebello was talking, only withdraw your Bitcoin vault when it is necessary and you've got to use. But if it is not, hold on to those Bitcoins vault, because the price will still continue to rise. So I'm saying to you, hold on. But when you have to, because I know some of us, some of the people around it every day, what happens is we are living on this business and we are making business with this. There's people here, I'm telling you, others have left their jobs. They are really focused into this. They are taking advantage of the commission structure that comes with the business when you start networking. There's a lot of money that has to be made on that side. So do yourself a favor. When you come into this business, you can put your money forward. But I know we are energetic enough, we are young enough, we can all go and be able to take advantage of this business in terms of growing it through network marketing. So if you have any questions that you want to ask, now is the time. Please, you can open your mic or you can type on the comment section on the side. Type there and we'll be able to read your questions that you may be able to address to Tebello. One of the things on the comment questions that I see, it's from Nozipo. She's saying, wow, powerful presentation. My sister, she says, yeah, take it up. Yeah, continue. Yeah, I'm seeing that. Nozipo, I agree with you. Yeah, on Thursday, she's back again. Don't worry, she's back again on Thursday. Yeah, powerful presentation. Yeah, you know, you're doing the job. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, to be on this other side. Yeah, no, that is wonderful. Yes. So please, if you have any questions, let's go there. Let's ask questions. And maybe you need clarity with some few things. Let's be able to do that. Yes, I can see Lenky is laughing. Yeah, come guys, if there's any questions, let's ask those questions. Tebello will, by this time, Tebello will be saying, Dina is what, getting cold. What? We don't eat. Yes, come on guys, let's, if there's no questions, you know when there's no questions, you know what does it mean? You know what does it mean when there's no questions? It means you were clear, you know, you were so perfectly clear, you hit it on the head, on the nail, that no one is left with nothing to say but to say, I'm in, you know. That one that was invited is going to say, I mean, I'm buying mine today. And the guys, one of the things that I love is that when you come in, usually, and you listen to these presentations, and different people do them, you gain a lot. Tebello mentions she's got an.
Oh. Tim, I think Papi did warn me about this. I think they've just been load shedded in Vereeniging. So what we are going to do is let's continue for the next 5 minutes. What I wanted to say is that if you have questions, I hope I'm not talking to myself. Can somebody just indicate if we are still on and I'm not talking to myself?
We hear you.
Okay, thank you. I just realized that anyway, so what I wanted to say is if you have comments, it doesn't have to be questions, but if there are any comments, we really welcome them. If you have been in the business and you know, you're saying, hey, there's something else that I'd like to add, let's please open your microphone and okay, it's recording, and tell us, you know, what you'd like to share. Let's see. Any comments from anyone? Not about the presentation, but about your experience in the business, if you've already been in the business. If you are new, maybe you've got 1 or 2 questions, you're also welcome to ask them. Ah, Nicole, wonderful. Excited to get my foot in the door this month. Yes, my sister, please get, you know, people say, oh no, I was talking to somebody today who I've been looking for, and I said to them, you have to get involved in this business. And they said to me, no, I want to change the car. I said to her, you're not changing the car. You're going to change the car only in December, because by that time you would have bought your package and your package would have ended for you, you know? So the minute they say to me, no, I've got 6,000, 12,000, I'm like, don't take it to the bank. Don't buy anything unless, you know, it's really, really critical. Come get involved in this, because you will thank yourself after a couple of months for spending that money so wisely. So, you know, people, yes, get in, Nicole, get in. And one thing we can advise you, Nicole, is that you will not regret the decision that you've made. You will get even more excited, because you will be able to see that there's an opportunity that's going to help you to settle, you know, in your life and not worry about where the money is coming from. Thanks, Nicole, welcome. And thank you to the person that invited Nicole to the presentation. Well done to you as well, well done, because Nicole, I don't know where in your binary team tree that Nicole is going to be, but one thing we know is that that day when Nicole joins, there's a commission you're getting on that day, not any other day, not later. On that day, you're going to be getting your commission. Right. Yes, Una, yes, I see. Okay, Una, please buy. Don't let the 15th, do not let the 15th come by and you have not bought. By the 15th, you must have bought, Una. We'll help you, right. Okay, if there are no further questions or comments, everybody, please, in the Telegram group or in the WhatsApp group, if there are any suggestions that you would like to make in terms of how we can improve the presentation, please share them. You can even, you know, direct message me or direct message Papi. Because we're looking to say how else can we make, you know, these sessions even more interesting for you. For those of you also that in the WhatsApp group, you know that we are migrating. So we've started the migration from WhatsApp to Telegram. By the end of the week, we will only then be communicating on Telegram. If you're not on Telegram, download the app and start joining us on that platform. And we will be back here again on Thursday night at 6:30. Please bring your prospects, bring your new members, bring the people that, even if somebody says, I don't know, okay, fine, I'll attend. Just say to them, here's the link and attend. Because when they attend and they don't necessarily hear it from you, but they hear it from other people, then the conversation becomes easier after the presentation. So without wasting any further time, I know it's cold in Gauteng and wherever people are at. Thank you very much for attending today's session. And we look forward to seeing you again, everybody, on Thursday at 6:30. Hopefully ESCOM will not have be disturbing us again. So thank you so much. Let me do what Papi usually likes to do and say, please, just for a second, if you can open your video so we can see who's there. Popular, I see you there. Galaxy, I just see the wall and some in the roof. Lenki, I see your forehead. Nico. Hi, Lenki. Good to see you. I see you, Simpiwe. I see you, there's Buddha. I see you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm not sure who this number is. I can see it. Leander, wherever you are, good to see you. Right. Thank you so much for coming through, and continue to invite people to the business. Continue to, if you're in the Vaal and Vereeniging area, continue to go with your team. I see you, Nicole. Hey, Una. I see you there. Continue to invite them to the office in Vereeniging, because there's always presentations that are taking place there. So thank you so much. And may you have a warm and restful Tuesday evening. And welcome to September. We're supposed to be spring day, Marbona. We are all looking like it's still winter. Welcome to the new month of September, and let it be a month that brings many positive opportunities to each and every one of you. And may God continue to look after you, to cover you with his grace and his mercy. Thank you, everybody. See you on Thursday. Good night.